Good evening. Welcome. We're making history tonight. District Governing Board members, President Swarthout, Vice President Solomonson, and distinguished guests. We welcome you to our pinning ceremony for the class of 2021 for Northland Pioneer College. This is so exciting for us. My name is Melinda Klug, nursing faculty. We have several faculty members here. We're spread through all this Zoom land. So we want to go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to ask is that family and friends, if you could please make sure that your microphone is muted and your cameras are off. That will help us so that we have plenty of bandwidth so that our speakers will be able to speak and have their cameras on, and that when it comes time for our students to be pinned, that they will be able to do that without any internet interference. So without any further ado, we'd like to go ahead and get started. I'd like to introduce our first speaker as we get started with our introductions. Our first speaker is the interim president of our college, Dr. Jeannie Swarthout. She will be addressing our students as well as the rest of us with something very inspiring. After her, our speaker will be Don Davis. He's a student speaker who wanted to share with us some inspiring words for our students, as well as some thanks for our staff. Followed by our keynote speaker, Ruth Zimmerman. She is the Dean of Nursing and Allied Health. And after her will be speaking Erin Cordova-Talasic. She is our nursing class representative, and we will go that far. And after that, I will return to speak some more.
Thank you. I think it's my turn to start this off. And I want to start out by just taking a few minutes to explain who I am and why you're listening to me or seeing me right now. I am the interim president. I did serve as president for about 11 years prior to my retirement.
Dr. Swarthout, could you turn your video on, please?
I thought it was on. Going back to look.
There you are.
I showed on and it wasn't. Well, that's weird. Anyway, interim president returning after 2.5 years of retirement to serve as an interim for a time period to kind of help the college get through a major transition. So my name may not be familiar to you, but I've been around this college for a very long time. Having said that, I want to congratulate all of you for your success in completing the nursing program, but also thank your friends and family who've endured with you, because it hasn't been an easy journey, and supported you along the way. So I would ask you to give a quick wave of thanks to all who have helped you. They've helped you find study time, they've done cooking, they put the kids to bed, they did laundry, they took on childcare so you could attend class and study. So thank those around you quickly. And I know it's hard on Zoom, but give them a quick wave out. And then I'd ask you to turn to your fellow classmates because they've assisted you when times were hard. They've studied with you. They've encouraged you to keep pushing forward on those really difficult days. And because we all have some of those days, particularly during the last year. Most of all, I'm going to ask you to self-reflect on all that you have accomplished during the nursing program, particularly over the last extremely challenging year. Not only have you learned and internalized what you need to know to be a good nurse, but you've been forced by the pandemic to recognize resources within yourself you probably didn't even know you had. Resources like resilience, flexibility, sometimes humor, patience, and probably a dash of stubbornness. Stubbornness comes in handy when the material is tough to digest, or technology glitches get in the way, or scheduling problems arise. So recognize that you've learned a lot about yourself as well as about nursing. You're entering a noble profession, one that the world has come to slowly understand because of the pandemic is critical to global health and very much the soul of a caring society. You were individuals ready for this calling, even as you decided to enter the program. You're caregivers at heart, and those who hold the hands and souls of those who are dying and those who are birthing. You will take care of both the young, the old, and everything in between, but all depend on you for nursing knowledge, but even more so for the care and attention you give everyone you come into contact with. As you bring your attitudes and knowledge to the nursing profession, there is another group of folks we need to acknowledge. That's the nursing professionals you've encountered during your nursing program, the faculty, administrators, all the employees who made the program possible, effective, and worthwhile. I simply say here that you students did all the hard work, but they're the folks who made the work and ultimately your success possible. But I'll also add that this is why we do, administrators, faculty, groundskeepers, people who kept things clean and safe for you during the pandemic. What we all do is to make your success in entering into the nursing profession possible. What gets us up every single morning and off to work is knowing we are supporting your success. From a dean to faculty to groundskeepers, we're all celebrating your completion, and we look forward to all you provide us in the greatest of rewards. It should not take a pandemic to make us realize that healthcare professionals are heroes, not just in a crisis, but every single day. Every single day they perform the duties of a hero. They're always heroes, and I know that you will rise to that level. Look around you for a second. You've made nursing friends forever, people you shared laughter and grief with throughout the program. Go forward in your new profession with confidence and grace, and continue to bring to all you encounter in your work that confidence and grace. And keep in mind, you've made a hard journey, tough studies, lots of learning to get where you are. But nurses continue to learn for the duration of their service. Learning never stops. So go forward. I know you'll all be heroes every single day, and certainly heroes when we need you to be heroes at all times. And I thank you for all you've done. I thank you for all your accomplishments. You make us proud. You make us realize in ceremonies like this why we do all the things we do, because your accomplishments make us really, really proud of what you've done. So I thank you. And I'll turn it back to the mistress of ceremonies.
And now we'll hear from Don Davis.
So first off, I would like to thank all those people who are in attendance, the faculty, the mentors, the family, and the friends that we have that are here supporting us. Who would have thought that March of 2019, when we were all excited to get all of our acceptance letters, we were all smiles, big smiles. Then August rolled around and the hard work began. And I don't think that we smiled that big since, well, starting today, we started smiling just as big because we finished. For some of us, this has been a lifelong dream. and others it's been a career change. But for all of us, it's now a reality. We've laughed, we've definitely cried, lots of tears, both sadness and happiness, passing tests, struggling on tests, but we were there. We've gotten into trouble, we've gotten out of trouble, and then we celebrated many things, such as 2 honorary nurses that were born first year and second year. One thing though that we had was we did it together. Even though that we were really far apart after going into our second semester or after spring break, we were still there for each other, and that continued on. A lot of people, many of the students know this, but and faculty do, but I'll just go ahead and say it. I was a teacher for 15 years as well as a wrestling coach. And I told my students lots of important information, but a few of the things I'd like to share. One was my late mother used to tell me to stop and smell the roses and take time for yourself, because tomorrow is never a given. 2, take one thing at a time. I used to tell my wrestlers to take, one match at a time, one move at a time, 1 minute at a time. I tell you now, take each moment at a time and enjoy it. Enjoy the people around you. And also to live by the golden rule, which was treat others as if you would like to be treated, even if they don't deserve it. And sometimes that's a challenge, especially in a nursing role. The last thing though is that to pursue your passion. We're all passionate about taking care of people, and I hope that we never lose that spark. We lost also a lot of people along the way with this journey that we're on, and we gained people along the way. This is a reality of nursing, but I know the people we lost are coming back to finish. Why do I bring this up? Because one thing about this class is we never give up on people. One of my former wrestlers yesterday sent me a picture of a saying that we had on the back of our shirt, which was back to one mission, one goal, one family. And we completed a goal. We finished nursing school, but we still have a mission, and that's to make a difference, one person, one moment at a time. You will make mistakes, you will achieve success, you'll cry sad tears, you'll cry happy tears. Just be humble. That has been actually my word since first year, which is just stay humble and continue to learn. And on a final note, when you're wondering if you're doing a good job, if you did enough or cared enough, I had a friend that I work with say to me one night after work when I was contemplating the exact same thing. And he said, "Did anyone die that was not expected?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Then you did a good job." We've got to have our own confidence in ourselves, but it's got to build, and it starts now. Thanks, and thanks again to everyone. And Melinda, it's back to you.
Now we'll hear from Ruth Zimmerman, the Dean of Nursing and Allied Health.
Good evening, everyone. It is such a tremendous privilege and pleasure to be here with all of you tonight. I'd like to thank everyone who's here, especially your support systems, your village, because in a pandemic, in nursing school in a pandemic, my goodness, but in a pandemic, that village has grown sizably. And we are all here today because somebody made a difference in our lives. So when I was asked if I would accept the honor of being the keynote speaker, I thought, gosh, what do I talk about? What do I know? And the more I thought about it, and admittedly, sometimes it was in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep, the more it felt to me as though the past year has been very similar to an experience that I had in Pass Christian, Mississippi in 2005 after Hurricane Katrina. I had the privilege of going down to Pass with a group from Summit Healthcare who made the journey down there to do whatever we could to assist the residents of that particular community. We actually didn't know that we were going to be in Pass. We thought we were going to be in Gulfport, but the need was tremendous in Pass. And so there we went. And I was struck the entire time that we were there by the gratitude of the residents who in some cases had lost everything that they owned. And maybe this wasn't the first time they had been through something like this, but there was a determination there, a quiet resilience, and we're not going to leave here. This is our home. This is where we live. This is where we stay. And I've seen that determination echoed in students in a number of years, but especially in this class, because who knew in March of 2020 that over a year later, we would still be in a pandemic. Kind of looks like things are maybe starting to open up a little bit, but there are no guarantees. And the gratitude that we have all received from those of you in the program toward the faculty and the staff at Northland Pioneer College has been so very humbling. You all are the reason that we do what we do. As Dr. Swarthout said, you're the reason why we get out of bed in the morning. And as Dawn said, there have been times when you laughed and times when you cried. Also for us too. We just didn't know in March of last year how we were going to do this. We did not know how to do nursing school in a pandemic, but giving up on the program, giving up on the students was never a consideration. So as we walked the streets in Pass Christian in 2005, people who had nothing would come up to us and say, "Thank you so much for being here. Is there anything we can do for you?" As if what we were doing was somehow special. I feel the same way about all of you who are in the White Mountain class of 2021. We're here for you. We absolutely believe in you. You are our heroes. And you're going to go forward into professions that are incredibly rewarding. You all came into the program with everything you need to be successful. One of the things that became very apparent during my time in Pass Christian, and I'm an ICU nurse, just for those of you who don't know, used to lots of technology, lots of equipment, lots of machinery, bells, whistles, buzzers, all of that kind of stuff. And we didn't have any of that. And so after a lot of years of being a nurse, I was reminded that what makes a nurse is not the ability to use the technology and not the ability to read the monitors. What makes a nurse is what's in your heart. It's your ability to put aside whatever it is that you may be feeling and be there for someone else in their time of need. As Dr. Swarthout said, you're going to care for those who are ending their lives and those who are beginning their lives. You'll cry. I guarantee you'll cry. There will be times when you will want to quit. Please don't. You've worked so hard to get here, and there is always something to do in nursing. So when you feel down and you're kind of doubting if this was worth the effort, I can tell you it was. and it will continue to be. So whether this is the end of your educational journey or whether you're going to go on and get a doctorate, okay, it's worth it. It truly is worth it. So I think in closing, if I were to give you any advice, and I don't think you need it, but if I were to give you advice, I would say to you, just be human. Be who you are. Remember why you took this journey and go forth and do great work in the world. Thank you.
Melinda, you're muted.
Thank you. Our next speaker is going to be Erin Cordova-Talasic. She is the nursing class representative.
Hi, everybody. So yes, my name is Erin Cordova-Talasic. I have been the class representative for the last 2 years, and it has been an honor to say the least. Receiving our letters a couple of years ago was a monumental day for all of us. We were nervous, but very excited to finally begin our journey. It was not long until we became familiar with terms like diaphoresis and nausea and vomiting and effective bowel elimination. And we all continued to experience these issues until we passed our first dosage calculation exam with a perfect 100%, by the way. From there, we progressed ahead like confident elephants, enjoying a margarita every now and then. We would soon be humbled to experience what it's like to know that we got the right answer on our exam, but it was never the most right answer. We gained confidence in our skills as our clinical instructors nervously sat next to us, and our patients bravely and sometimes tearfully cheered us on. We inserted IVs, NG tubes, Foley catheters. We launched CarpEjects, and we also learned how to properly bathe our preceptors in IV fluids. We realized how it felt to make a difference at the bedside of our patients. In due time, we accomplished many more skills before the universe decided to add a pandemic to our skills list. You know, experiencing nursing school in a pandemic was described by one of our faculty as basically we were learning to sell a ship as it was still being built. But however, in true nursing fashion, we charged forward, supported by exceptional nursing instructors, our NPC administrators, and our clinical preceptors. We were able to continue our learning at the bedside of our patients in full PPE, of course, and our N95 masks. I used to think how even if Florence Nightingale could be here with us right now, she would be cheering us on, giving us high fives, and especially being proud at our efforts to maintain standard precautions and to just be safe, but still care and be at our bedside be at the bedside for our patients. As we all come together tonight in celebration, we owe this day to all of you, our instructors, our NPC administrators. Thank you for believing in our abilities as students and as future nurses, for not giving up on our potential and to seeing us through so we could celebrate here today. To our family and friends and loved ones, we would not have been able to neglect and ignore all of you without your unwavering support and love and sacrifice. I just want to say in closing to my fellow classmates, you are all my heroes. It is not like anyone can complete 22 plus quizzes with a 78% or better, 24 plus assignments, and 2 study guides in just the last 4 days. Oh, and the last 4 semesters, they were pretty challenging also. We will never doubt again what we are truly capable of. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent all of you. It has been an honor. And in closing, my hope is that we continue to face future challenges with resiliency and determination to never, ever give up. Always inspire hope and give comfort to the countless lives that we will touch. Be the light that we will carry for others through their own dark times. Congratulations, guys. We did it.
So to move forward, we're going to talk a little bit about the history of nursing pinning. For many years, nursing schools have had pinning ceremonies to commemorate the completion of nursing education. Applying a pin to a nurse has a history as far back as the 12th century, back as far as the Crusades, where during battles, those who were dedicated caregivers on the battlefields were given a large Maltese cross. They wore that so they were able to be seen on the battlefield, and they were known to be that they were the caregivers on the battlefield. After that, however, the nursing pin became part of the legacy of Florence Nightingale. Hundreds of years later, in the mid-1880s, when the nursing pinning programs were developed for nurses, originally at the start of the Nightingale Training School for Nurses at the St. Thomas Hospital, which was a turning point for nursing, as more and more eager nurses to be began enrolling in her school, and nursing became a highly honored vocation and profession. By 1920, there were more and more schools that celebrated nursing graduations with pinning ceremonies. Many nursing schools and colleges created their own pins and developed their own traditions and ceremonies. These ceremonies are generally held separate from commencements and other graduation proceedings, and are usually a more intimate celebration reserved for close friends and families of the new graduate nurses, much like our ceremony tonight. Students, receiving your pin tonight as a new nurse shows a new membership in a loyal, proud, and honored society of nurses. You are an important part of a healthcare workforce that is global, and over 20 million of those workers are nurses. There are so many avenues that you can take your skills and talents as a nurse. Let your passion guide you and your future as a member of this great family that is being a nurse. One quick note about the pins our students are being pinned with: they developed this pin themselves. They put together the design. They wanted a pin designed that would have the mountains on it to show that they are proud to be nurses in the White Mountains. The trees are reaching tall as a symbol of both deep roots and strength and growth. They've shared this design with future NPC students' nursing classes. And so they are very excited to have this to share with classes, but also, so if you have a chance to actually see their pin, you should congratulate them on what a great design they put together. So now we would like to proceed with the pinning of our new nurses. Students, if you would please turn on your cameras. Ready to start? Amberly Bjorn. Amberly is thrilled for this day. She's wanted to be a nurse for as long as she can remember. She received her LPN a while back, but due to circumstances, she wasn't able to finish then. Thanks to her devoted husband and family, Jared, Colton, Chancey, Allison, Presley, Darlene and Gary, she was able to complete this goal. She appreciates each of them and all of their support. Amberly is planning on continuing her education and getting her bachelor's degree in nursing as well. Dawn Brady. The only impossible journey is the one you never begin. Dawn is beyond excited to be fulfilling her lifelong passion of becoming an RN at the young age of 65. It has been such a blessing for her to be part of this journey with the nursing class of 2021. You are all amazing. Congratulations. Go and make a difference in someone's life. Her wife is the one person who has really been there for her every step of the way, and she couldn't have done it without her. Thank you doesn't seem to be enough to say, for making dinner, doing laundry, to encouraging her when she was too tired to go on. Her daughter Blake was always in the background, cheering her to go on and reminding her that she is almost to the finish line. Thank you both for making my dream come true. She couldn't have done it without you. Kara Casey. Winston Churchill said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Thank you to all that helped her accomplish her dream. Angela Colwell. Angie had no idea what she was getting herself into when she started this journey 2 years ago. She has been able to accomplish this feat with the support of her husband, Mike, and her kids, Braden, Shaylin, Drew, and Kinley, her amazing parents, Bill and Sandy, along with her amazing friends. She is excited to pursue her career as a psych nurse and eventually become a psychiatric nurse practitioner. Erin Cordova Talasic. Erin is a proud mom of 8 amazing kids who have inspired her that there is no better day than today to live your best life. Her love and gratitude for her family and her patients stemmed her determination and perseverance to complete 9 semesters consecutively to earn her college degree as a registered nurse. Some memorable achievements are attaining NPC's President's List, being a recipient of the Dr. Mark and Becky Duncan Beehive Homes Scholarship for both her first and second year of the nursing program, and being able to serve her fellow students as their class representative. Don Davis. Don became a nurse to honor the memory of his mom and the hospice nurse who thought he would make a good one. He would like to thank his wife, Carrie, and his former students, as well as his family and friends, for standing by him through all his crazy ideas. He would also like to thank the mentors he's picked up along the way that made him feel good enough, smart enough, and dang it, liked enough to become a nurse. Brianna Finch. Brianna has dreamed of being a nurse since she was a little girl. It's been a long road for her, but she never gave up and finally made her dream a reality. She couldn't have done this without the support of her husband, Garrett, and her 3 kids, Damon, Jaden, and Sydney. Emily Higginbotham. Emily wants to thank her family, friends, and faculty for supporting her throughout the nursing program. She knows how fortunate she is for this opportunity and will strive to do her best for her patients. Emily's daughter, Mia, is pinning her today. Mia wants to become a doctor, and Emily hopes to be a great example of a compassionate and service-driven caregiver. Timothy Howard. Tim wants to say to his loved ones, to be humbly pinned by one of the greatest nurses who pushed him since birth is one of the achievements honored to him. May God bless his wife who stuck with him, tried and true, in good times and bad, throughout this 7-year journey. We did it, guys. William Humphrey. William began his journey to become an RN in 2016. Is he there? We're trying to get to you, Will.
Bandwidth is so low.
We're trying to get to you, Will.
Okay. May have dropped off, I don't know.
I think it's a bandwidth issue, but we're gonna find you. Okay, there you are. I think we found you. I can't get your video to come up. There he is. I'm going to go ahead and read for you, Will. William began his journey to become an RN in 2016. He felt that God called him to the nursing field to care for those in need. Since that time, nursing has become a passion for William. He will be completing his BSN at NAU and hopes to work for the Indian Health Service. It is Will's desire to give quality, compassionate care as an RN. Marissa Kitkovich. Marissa, a devoted wife and mother to 3 kids with over 10 years experience in healthcare, after receiving her RN, Marissa aspires to continue her education and become an acute care nurse practitioner, specializing in cardiology, where she can live her dream of getting paid well enough to give her family a great life and work within a field that she is passionate about. Jessica McNeil. Jessica would like to thank her husband, Seth, for his endless love and support throughout the last 2 years. She'd also like to thank her 2 daughters, Zoe and Remy, for being her constant motivation. She encourages them to always chase their dreams. Jessica will continue her education at Arizona State University to obtain her Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. Her ultimate goal is to pursue a career in pediatric nursing. Cody Meek. Cody made it here because when everybody gave up on him, he never gave up on himself. A resilient little fill in the blank he is. One additional note from his faculty. He is the only student from the most recent paramedic bridge program to make it to the end of the ADN program. Darcy Montier. At 46, after her mother passed away from cancer, Darcy decided to go back to school for her 2nd degree, this time to pursue nursing. With the support of her husband, Lehigh, and 2 daughters, Kate and Eliza, she took on the challenge. She never could have done it without them. She enjoys developing a relationship with her patients, so she plans on going into oncology, hospice, or home health. She's proved to herself and hopefully to her family that to finish is to win. Regina Murphy. When Regina was young, she knew she wanted to help people, but didn't know how she was going to achieve it. At 18 years old, she fell into skilled nursing, and a quarter of a century later is still going strong. In 2007, she began her nursing school journey with the support of her wife, 2 children, and her family. She has brought this chapter of her life to an end. There have been many challenges over the past 14 years, but with faith and hard work, she has overcome them. She has asked for her wife to pin her with her graduation pin to signify the completion of her journey. Her daughter to pin her with the nursing hat to show her caring and dedication. Her son to pin her with the lamp to light the way for others, and her mother to place the iconic nursing hat to encase the honesty, wisdom, and courage and faith that is being a nurse. Crystal I love it, Regina. I love it. Crystal Plain. Crystal started this journey wanting a career to be proud of that would go with her anywhere and take her anywhere while offering diversity. Little did she know how much she would actually love being a nurse, even with Zoom and COVID. She's so thankful for all the people that have touched her life, that has inspired her and encouraged her to keep going. Do or do not, there is no try. Yoda. Megan Ray. Megan would like to thank her husband, Robert, for his unwavering support, and her children, Annika, Sam, Kaya, Sierra, Eliza, and Savannah for their patience while she was constantly doing schoolwork. And to her tribe, we couldn't have done it without you all. Thank you. Megan Rogers. Megan first became interested in nursing after her own hospital experience with a premature baby in the NICU. The nurses at the hospital inspired her to join their forces and efforts in providing loving and compassionate care to families in some of their deepest hours of need. After graduation, she hopes to continue her employment at Summit Regional Medical Center and serve patients and families of the White Mountain community that she loves. Lene Romney. Becoming a nurse has been a long-term goal for Lene, and she cannot believe that nursing school is suddenly at its end. Lene would like to thank her fellow students and teachers for riding along this roller coaster with her and managing to impart their knowledge along the way. Lene's 4 daughters, Rachel, Lindy, Karen, Laura Lynn, have been a source of motivation and love. Lene's parents, Dwight and Lorena, and also her husband, Derek, have been extremely supportive, loving, and helpful along the way. She couldn't have done it without all of you. And thanks for putting up with the craziness of the past 2 years. Dee Dee Stevenson. Dee Dee would like to thank everyone who has given her strength and encouragement through these last 2 years, especially her sweet husband and daughter who have sacrificed their time and been so patient and loving. This has been a long journey, but it's worth it. To her wonderful friends that she's made along the way, she can't wait to move forward and see what the future has in store for you. She loves you and feels so blessed to have you in her life. Life is good. Tanette Stites. Tanette's love for people led her to nursing school and further drove her to pursue both her associate's and her bachelor's degree concurrently. Although the journey has been long, it's been worth it. She wouldn't change one thing. She wants to thank Jared, Sydney, and her many friends and family that have loved and supported her through this and accepted her absence, both physically and mentally. Thank you also to our educators who have shared their knowledge, time, and expertise to help her with this life-changing goal. Darlene Tortis. Darlene has always had a caring heart and loves to help people, so she decided to become a nurse. Her sister Lorinda has been her inspiration, and her mother Bertha and daughter Kennedy keep her going when she feels defeated. She would love to thank Heavenly Father for everything and answering much needed prayers. Diane Vayoga. Diane has been honored to have studied alongside some wonderful and beautiful souls in this nursing program, without whom this journey would have been so much more difficult. So she says, thank you for being her friends and having her back. You know who you are. To all of her teachers and faculty, she is so privileged to have been your student, and she will be forever grateful for your patience, perseverance, encouragement, and belief in her. It has meant the world. Her 6 children and 10 grandchildren continue to be her inspiration and motivation, the best there is. If she can do it, so can each of them. And last, but by no means least, her darling fiance, Gus. who has calmed her insecurities, fought her battles with her, steadied her focus, cradled her heart, and loved her without question during this difficult but exhilarating journey to become a registered nurse. Tena koto, kia ora koto katoa. In Maori language, this means thank you, my gratitude to you all. Jacob Wilcock. After working 9 years for city government, Jacob felt he had a different calling in life, so he decided to follow his dream of becoming a nurse. It has been a roller coaster ride with many obstacles along the way, including a 30-week pregnant wife with appendicitis and an emergency air evac to the valley for an appendectomy, and then later, the birth of a healthy baby girl during capstone. Thanks to the encouragement of this amazingly strong and beautiful wife and the support of his 4 wonderful kids, he has finally made it. We have 4 students who are not attending tonight. Bryce Earl, I'm sharing his cute bio. Bryce Earl managed to survive nursing school by the ripe old age of 19 years old. He didn't come out unscathed, though. He will have crippling PTSD and night terrors about Foley catheters for years to come. Also, Brittany Eveland, Amber Fages, and Chelsea Strube. Next, I'd like to invite Susan Jameson to share the candle lighting ceremony and the nursing professional pledge.
Unmute myself. Okay, I'm going to unmask so maybe you can hear me a little more clear, but I would like to invite all of the nursing students to light their candles. So turn them on or light them up. And yes, please. And we're going to go ahead, and if you will recite with me the nursing professional pledge. Okay. All right, here we go. With full knowledge of the responsibilities I am undertaking, I pledge to care for my patients with all the knowledge, skills, and understanding that I possess, without regard to race, color, creed, politics, or social status. I will spare no effort to conserve meaningful life, to alleviate suffering, and to promote health. I will refrain from any action which might be harmful to the quality of life or health for those I care for. I will respect at all times the dignity and religious beliefs of patients under my care and hold in professional confidence all of the personal information entrusted to me. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skills at the highest level and give my support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. With full awareness of my qualifications and limitations, I will do my utmost to maximize the potential of the nursing profession and to uphold and advance its standards. Thank you. All right, and you can dim your lights or blow out your candles, and I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Deborah Keith, who is going to do the presentation of students and closing remarks.
Hello, elephants. You did it. So I had the privilege of being with you guys when you started this adventure. And tonight I'm blessed to have the privilege of being with you when you're ending this adventure. And what a wild adventure it turned into. I have a copy of the certificate you guys got last year. I gave them all Nursing Students of the Month awards. in recognition of their dedication, their passion, and their hard work during COVID-19 lockdown, social distancing, 6 feet apart, washing your hands, toilet paper shortage, remote learning, Zooming, Swift River VSIM clinicals, washing your hands some more, homeschooling kids, no eating in restaurants, cooking home meals, face mask wearing, washing your hands some more, gowning up for grocery shopping, washing your hands some more, making your own hand sanitizer. You guys did all of this and much more. May you have more wild adventures where you rise up, overcome, and persevere. It's with great honor that I get to present the NPC White Mountain Campus nursing graduates of 2021. I'm very proud of you guys, and I wish you all the best. Melinda had asked me to do the closing remarks. As she mentioned earlier, this is a moment in history for NPC. This is the first time that we have had our pinning ceremony via Zoom, and we want to thank each and every single one of you for being here, all of our guest speakers, family, and friends for taking the time and the support that you have given to all of these students. I've got to do it, an elephant trunk wave to you guys. I'm so proud of you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you guys all. We've got a student-made memory video. It's a little over 10 minutes, and we invite you to watch some of it or all of it and just keep supporting the 2021 graduates.
everyone, the time will come when all of us say goodbye. Feel that aching in your heart, leaving you broken inside. But we're never really gone, as long as there's a memory in your mind. So now go do the best things in life. Take a bite of this world while you can. Make the most of the rest of your life. Make a ride of this world while you can. Take the ones you love and hold them close, because there is little time. And don't let it break your heart. I know it feels hopeless sometimes, but they're never really gone, as long as there's a memory in your mind. So now go do the best things of your life. Make a right of this world while you can, and hold on to memories. Hold on to every moment to keep them alive. The world's greatest tragedy, souls who are not remembered cannot So now go do the best things in life. Bring the fight to this world while you can. Make the most of the rest of your life. Shine your light on this world while you can, and hold on to memories. Hold on to every moment to keep them alive. The world's greatest tragedy, souls who are not remembered cannot survive. And hold on to memories. Hold on to every moment to keep them alive. The world's greatest tragedy, souls who are not remembered cannot survive.
We could just go home right now, or maybe we could stick around for just one more drink. Oh yeah. Get another bottle out, let's shoot the breeze. Sit back down for just one more drink. Oh yeah. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we messed up. Here's to you, fill the glass, 'cause the last few days have gone too fast. So let's give 'em hell, wish everybody well. Here's to us, here's to us. We stuck it out this far together, put our dreams through the shredder. Let's toast, 'cause things got better. And everything could change like that, and all these years go by so fast, but nothing lasts forever. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we messed up. Here's to you, fill the glass, 'cause the last few nights have gone too fast. If they give you hell, tell them forget themselves. Here's to us, golden train, to us breaking out without us breaking down, to whatever's coming our way. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we messed up. Here's to you, fill the glass, 'cause the last few days have gone too fast. So let's give them hell, wish everybody well. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we messed up. Here's to you, fill the glass, 'cause the last few nights have gone too fast. If they give you hell, tell them forget themselves. Forget themselves. Here's to us, here's to us, here's to us, here's to us, here's to love, here's to everybody well. Here's to us, here's to love, here's to us, here's to us.
I'm Dr. Melinda Klug, Faculty of Nursing at NPC. I just wanted to congratulate all of our graduates from 2021. You've worked very, very hard despite COVID, and your accomplishments should be recognized. You deserve all of the accolades and all of the excitement that you are going to experience over the next couple of months, and I think you have done a fantastic job. Congratulations.
My wooden leg anyways. Joke's on them. Yo ho, a nurse's life for me. Hey, my goodness. You're sneaking up on me, even in a video where we can't be together because of COVID. It's amazing, you know, you guys making it through the pandemic and nurses school at the same time. Who would have thought you would have done it? Not me. I've got a lot of bookies to pay off for that one, but, well, all the same. Beatings will continue until morale improves. It's not going to get any better than this. Well, hold on a second. Let me switch hats. Oh, that's better. Nice captain here. How you guys doing? It's amazing that you guys have actually made it through a pandemic and nurses school at the same time. If you were in the military, you'd probably get a ribbon for that, but it's real life, so don't get much of anything but a good old kudos from us. I'll get you a little gold star from the dollar store if you want. But there's a couple of other people that would like to congratulate you for this tremendous feat, because you guys were good enough, smart enough, and doggone it, people like you.
Hello, you guys. You worked so hard. We know how hard you worked, and we're so proud of all of you. We wish you, I just, from the bottom of my heart, wish you all the best. And I would never say it in public or on this huge Zoom celebration, but you truly are my most favorite class. Granted, I've only had two, but you were my first. I really enjoyed the time getting to know almost every one of you, because I was learning and sitting in on each of your lab groups, and I just want to say congratulations. Way to push hard, way to be flexible, and keep going. And there's one more thing we want to say to you guys, and it is, remember, it's about the patient.